Someone had asked me on a Ford Facebook page that I'm on about my trans cooler setup. So I thought I'd make a quick video on it. It looks absolutely ridiculous, but works really, really well. So the cooler, stock cooler in the radiator is still there, still working. This hose right here is the outlet from the trans cooler inside of the radiator, and originally there was a tiny cooler mounted right in here. It's only about that tall and came over to about here, and even with the thermal bypass valve deleted inside the transmission, it was still, transmission temp was still getting up around 180, 190 on a warm enough day, especially towing. So I decided overkill was underrated and made this monstrosity. So this is still the original hose. It's a 1/2 inch diameter hose that went into the original cooler, and these are 3/8 diameter hose. So just an adapter there from 1/2 to 3/8. Gates transmission hose that came with the coolers. Comes down out of the rad cooler into the first cooler, which is about maybe 1 foot from here to here, and maybe 8 to 10 inches across. You can see loops through there quite a bit. Not that it matters, but the GVW rating on these coolers was for like 15,000 pound vehicles, for whatever that's worth. It comes out of the first cooler, loops down up into the next one. It's the same size cooler, mounted behind the factory horn. Goes through that cooler just like the first one, and then goes down and returns to the transmission. That hose right there goes back into the trans. The nice thing about that is that I was able to delete that stupid clip there. The one on the right is the line out of the transmission into the coolers, and those clips there are known to break and spew transmission fluid everywhere. Still have to figure out a way to delete this one, but for this side here, I just cut back behind that crimp in the hose and just put the outlet from the transmission cooler hoses into the return hose. Everything else is the same. No modifications to the transmission itself besides the thermal bypass delete. Just mounted up here with these clamps, and I don't know why I put one on every single loop, but I did, and it's not going anywhere. Like it's on there good. I've had these on for about maybe 2 or 3 months now. I haven't had any issues. Trans stays around 150, 160 at the most, towing, 7,000 pounds. So let's go take a little drive and see what the transmission runs at. So I've been driving here for a little bit. Temperature outside still 90. The trans temp is 141 at the moment. You can see the truck's fully warmed up. been driving probably like a half hour. Had to run over to a buddy's house. Now I'm gonna get some gas before I go back home. But yeah, the trans temp hovers between, I wish that would focus. Trans temp hovers between 140 and 150 in this kind of temperature outside. Truck's not loaded, obviously. I'm not towing anything, but it's about where it runs. It will get warmer with a trailer behind it. It might get up to 165 at most, but cools down right away. Works out really nice. And I also have a switch down here. One of those is for the LED light up front, but the other is to turn on the I wired it in to kick the relay on for the high-speed fans. So if I ever need to cool the trans down, and or if I'm pulling a grade or something like that and I just want the fans to run, all I gotta do is flip this switch down here and it turns the high-speed fan on, takes some heat out of the transmission. The trans coolers up front, they don't affect airflow to anything else. The truck runs at its normal temperature as far as the cooling goes. Air conditioning works just fine, just as cold as it was before. It works out really nice. I don't like heat in transmissions. I was always told that heat's the enemy of an automatic transmission, and I don't see anything that makes the 6R80 transmission any different. So I like to run it as cool as possible. Getting rid of the thermal bypass valve was an improvement, but that stock cooler just isn't big enough. You can see at a stop now, I turned that switch on for the fans and it's bringing the trans temp down. Just sitting here a couple seconds, it went from 140 something down to 138, so it's a nice little fail safe if I'm ever towing something heavy in a lot of heat, going up a hill or something like that. Keeps the transmission temp in line. The highest I've seen it with this setup was towing about 8,000 pounds on a 85, 90 degree day. It got up to 175, which, still not really a whole lot to worry about. A hell of a lot better than the stock setup running at, 200 plus all the time.